This is the Challenge USA.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the end of the Challenge USA Season 2. This is the Right Reality Podcast, and my name is Stephen.
And my name is Mixie. We are here to recap the final episode 14, The Pursuit of Glory.
I'm on the pursuit of glory, and it's Diet Challenge kind of final. I'm on the pursuit of glory, and I'm happy with the winners. It's true. I'm on the edge, the edge, the edge, the edge.
Oh my God, he's doing the whole thing. We're going to get copyright striked.
I'm on the pursuit of glory. And TG. Oh, I messed up the end. I didn't deliver on the end.
Oh, come on. It's okay. We were going to get copyright striked if you did it because you were so on tune.
That's true.
And so great with it that we were
if
right
you
there.
Closed your eyes and wasn't watching me on YouTube, you thought it was Lady Gaga.
Gaga.
Definitely.
Lady Gaga.
It's definitely Lady Gaga. Yeah, she's right next to me. That was her. I just lip sync all that.
Well, we watched it together, everybody. I remembered this time, and we watched it together. Quite the journey we had together, but it ended with pure happiness from the both of us.
It did.
Could not be happier with the winners. I swear I wasn't spoiled. I swear they were just the two I wanted to win, and I was thrilled that they won.
There was some danger at the beginning, Mixie. I'm not going to lie. I was like, what do you mean they're just going to... That was it? That's the first part of the final? That's it? Okay, well, they're going to make them stay up. We'll get to this. They didn't, but they actually did. They made them wake up. It was edited out. There's photographic proof that's on Paramount's site. Here's the photo if you're watching on YouTube. One of them actually put it on their story. They could have at least told them, hey,
we cut that.
Don't post the thing that we cut.
Yeah.
Somebody could have given them a heads up.
You'd think. Well, we are going to dive into all aspects of this final, and then at the end, as we typically do, we will be giving a grade to this final and to the season itself. So,
yes,
we have a lot to unpack. Go ahead.
We have a lot, and I do think we need to start with the special programming note that we've teased ahead.
That's right. I forgot.
That way you don't have to wait all the way till the end for the special programming note. We're going to get it out of the way and move on. So the special programming note is as follows. We will be doing the flagship. We will be doing season 39. We will be doing All-Star Shore still. However, two things. One, we will be doing double episodes for the entire run of the flagship. Okay?
Yes.
So you're going to get the premiere next Thursday or next Wednesday, and then we'll go episode 2, episode 3. That is the first part of the special programming note.
Yes.
The second part of the special programming note, me and Mixie have spoken about. We've spoken at length. We have decided we will just be doing flagship going forward.
Don't hate us.
Don't hate us, but we need a break for now, okay? So when All-Stars 4 comes, and then USA 3, and then Pros versus Joes, or whatever they throw in the middle of this again, we got to take a breather. But right now, it appears we're going to do that going forward. We're very tired. We have real jobs. We're trying to grind this as best as we can for you guys. But I have 5 episodes currently waiting to be edited. So
it's a lot of work for us.
Guys.
We also want to give you the best of the best. And on top of everything, there are some really good other shows that are coming out, one of which Stephen and I spoke at length on if we were going to recap or not. And to be honest with you, I wish we were, but quite frankly, we just can't do everything. House of Villains looks incredible. I haven't started watching it yet, but I'm going to. I think I'm going to give it a few episodes so I can kind of binge it at one point. But that's something we want to tackle. That's a great show that just came out of nowhere. All-Star Shore is a show that came out of nowhere. We fell in love with it. You guys know about Joe Millionaire, Temptation Island. You know, we're trying to expand so that we can welcome all of the hotties in. We love the challenge. We will not be leaving the regular
No.
flagship show. We will never leave you hanging on that. And who knows in the future, maybe we'll pick it back up. But for right now, we want to extend ourselves to a wider audience. And we hope that you understand that. We'll still watch. We'll still interact in the hotties. So make sure you're in the hotties.
Yeah. We're going to do all
gonna
that.
Be there.
We just need to... We'll be watching. We just need to have like a time where we're not doing that and we could do something else. So that way when we get back to challenge season, we're excited about it. We're not like, great, this one ended before the other one. Fantastic. I mean, they literally did that. They started the other one yesterday, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Today. They did.
It's a wild situation, but we wanted to get that out of the way. And now we're going to build you back up. We're going to build you back up with all the fun that you expect from the number one. And we start at the start of this episode. Now, at the very beginning of this episode, the first note I wrote down was Desi telling us yet again, oh, I lost last year. My partner quit on me. Did you know I was Miss Virginia? And I was like, girl, we got it, okay? I love you, but I don't need to hear that again. I'm good. We got it. That was last year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said nobody cares. And then they gave us a Chantel info bit, and I screamed nobody cares. I get it. If I am watching the final, I have watched other episodes, okay?
Yes.
It's highly unlikely that someone is plugging in at this point. So just feed to your general audience and not the random one people that don't know what's going on and give us the final that we've been waiting for. We got the drone shots, though.
No.
We got the drone shots.
Not enough. Not enough cool first-person drone shots. And, you know, maybe you might be thinking to yourself when you're doing that, like, well, if we take out all this, time where we're telling you stuff we already told you before, what would we fill that with? I don't know. The night elimination, the nighttime thing that you made them stand on bricks for. So when TJ later says, did you guys get enough sleep? And they go, not really. It would make a lot more sense. And then we, as the viewing public, would be like, did they just let them go to fucking sleep? It looks like they did. No. They did not.
Steven and I got in a massive argument in the middle of this episode because he's like, I didn't know this at the time, but he's like, they're definitely going to make him do something in the middle of the night. And I was like, nah, I don't think they are. It's Diet Challenge. And then the sun comes up and he's like, hold on, pause. They definitely made them do something. And I was like, what the hell? And he's like, I saw pictures. And I was like, you bitch. I get yelled at on a seasonal basis of going on and enjoying my time on Twitter or X or whatever the fuck it's called. And I enjoy my time on Reddit from here to there. And I get yelled at. And this man's sitting on photos.
I'm sitting on photos on Paramount's site that they send to press, which we're cool enough of, where still to this point, there are not photos of the winner. So when I logged in late last night to see maybe they released it a bit early, maybe I can watch last night, I'm scrolling through, and on the thing for this episode, you click, and literally the photo when you click on the episode is them standing on these blocks.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Rewind. Did you just say that you were going to watch it last night?
Oh,
if it was available?
Yeah, I would have. Yeah. I know what you're saying.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, I know, but you did it 1 year without me, so I got to get my even.
Not on purpose. That's bullshit, Steven. We're fighting now. We are now in a fight. Okay. We can continue. Just remember, even though we're fighting, we're happy about the winners. I am happy about the winners. I am.
I got you back. So, Mixie, there were trials during this final. I don't know if you were aware of that. Objection, Your Honor. It looks like your eyes are screaming at me. Objection, Your Honor.
Hear ye.
Move to strike from the record, please. I don't need it. I don't need trials. There's been no gimmick this season. It's not ruins of wherever they're at. Just say you're going to run 10 miles. There are going to be some checkpoints. I don't need trials to see if you're a good enough challenge champion. And honestly, spelling doesn't tell me shit if you're a good challenge champion.
Well, poor Mr. TJ, they made him explain these trials. Then they had to explain this double down situation, which needed to then be once again explained to me because I did not follow that situation. And I'd love to know if other people did not follow that situation. They gave Mr. TJ way too many words and it did not make sense. I was under the impression that the double down meant that if you came in first, you got double. And if you got anything other than that, you got -2.
Oh, yes. Yes, you did state that. Not the case. Not the case.
But they never made that clear.
Debatable, but yeah.
In my selective hearing that they did not take into account.
That's true. How dare they? How dare they?
That's disgusting.
Everybody, show of hands at home right now if you did not get that. Ready? Everybody, hands up. Wow, look at all those people, Mix. Look at all those people. Look,
somebody
Mixie
behind me.
Mixie got 2 hands up. She got 2 hands up.
Because it doubled down on not understanding what the fuck the double down was.
What a big brain move by our girl Mix there. Big brain move by our girl Mix.
It just, I was very confused. We started with strength.
That makes sense. That tracks.
With these boxes that were equivalent to their body weight or had something to do with their body weight. This is a challenge staple where they like to equate things to body weight. I guess it's to even the playing field. I don't care. Just say that they're heavy box. I don't care how much they weigh. Let's keep going.
I think they have to do that now because in the olden days, that was not something they used to do. It would just be like, they're heavy bags, lift them. And if you were absolutely yoked, it's just like tossing bags like they're like sugar packets. In
my opinion, just giving everybody 20-pound boxes is more, I understand the weight that they're dealing with than just saying body weight. Like, I don't know how much weight was on those sleds.
I understand that. But I don't think it's for us to like understand how heavy they are. They want us to see how heavy they are. So if you're somebody like Fessel or Corey versus somebody, let's say, you know, if a smaller person like Tyler made the final, right? It would be very different for them to have to carry the same weight. And they've been trying to do that a little bit more often. But
okay, fine. Then put the weight amount on there.
There you go. That would be a good thing. Or
give me some numbers.
Yeah,
yes. Oh my God, a graphic? You say a graphic?
A graphic.
Yeah, that would have been very helpful. I just, it's very hard for me to understand that kind of stuff when it's just like, oh, body weight. I understand why they're doing it, like doing body weight, but I just wish that they told us what that was generally so that I can have a better understanding of what we're dealing with. Because it was hard for me to conceptualize how much weight is on these sleds. I guess personally, maybe I'm wrong.
I'm going to ask you another thing here to see if it was hard for you to conceptualize something else. Transition King.
Amazing.
Was it hard for you to conceptualize why Corey was doing it for the final? Like the reasoning he was doing it for the final.
It was. It was very hard for me to conceptualize. I wish that he had a photo maybe folded up that could help me understand why he was doing this final.
Can I ask a follow-up? Can I
Yeah.
ask a follow-up to that? Would it be helpful if he then had that like photo on him, like it was in a pocket?
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm asking for too much, but yeah, that would be amazing. Do you think that it would really put the bow on top of it all if he said, there it is, when he showed that?
Well, if this is something he was going to do to help it be more conceptualized to us, the viewing public.
Yep.
I think by saying that, because he's done that every year up until this point, and we've kind of just been waiting for it, you know what I mean? When he pulled it out, he goes, he goes, there it is. That's what you're looking for, good old producers and viewing public at home. So if he were to do it, I think that would be the way to do it. Yeah. I get that. That's fair.
Okay. I think that's fair. Man,
So
do I
if he
wish
wants to
that
do
that
it-
happened.
Yeah.
It would have been cool.
There was a time where we both like zoned out for a minute, so I don't know if it happened right in there. It could have. But I don't think it did. I don't think it did. Let's talk about the double down, if you will, real quick, from
please.
a conceptual perspective of running this final. I do not believe at any point would I try to double down anything. What about you?
No. I personally would have not felt confident enough in any of those to. I wish if you could undouble down, like make sure that you can't. I would have chosen that for spelling.
Yeah, you could like press your luck. In press your luck, you could like pass your turns when you got enough money, so you had to avoid the whammy. If I got like ahead by a couple minutes, I'd be like, here, I'm going to pass my double down to somebody else to see if they screw up and come in last. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
I just don't see the advantage because, listen, I did some research because, of course, we're the number one. Journalistic.
It's what he does.
Just journalism everywhere. It's just oozing out of me. The half marathon world record currently stands at about 57 minutes. Okay. So that's just under what they're about to do. They're going to do 10-ish miles with some checkpoints. So even if you're running at world record pace, like 2 to 3 minutes is not really that big of a difference for me to risk it, considering there's going to be some rando checkpoints that's probably going to even this whole thing out. And especially the last one to the second one is out.
Yeah.
Corey would have been out if Fessel just didn't make maybe the most boneheaded move in any challenge final I have seen in a very long time. And
even
honestly,
if he had just left and not done it, he would have been in a better position.
Yeah, that's true. That's 100% true. Like the fact that if you were to tell me when this final started, you would explain what would happen. If you don't throw an accident thing, you got to run an extra one, or you got to do like a 1.2 mile loop, or basically you cut off 1.2 miles. And you were to tell me somebody would not do it, had not earned the shortcut, but they did the shortcut, who would you put your money on? I'm putting my entire life savings on Fessel. All of it. All of it goes right into the middle of the pot. I'm like,
I don't know. I
all in
could
on
see
this.
Chantel doing it too.
Oh, damn, you're right.
But she got it on the first throw. I'll give credit where it's due. She did get it on the first throw. To put a bow on the strength section, Chris Slade. Do you get it? Because it was a sleigh.
Yeah.
I just had to explain it because I didn't feel like you understood. Oh, okay, cool.
No, I got it. Rosebud.
Yeah, and then Corey
that one?
lost.
Okay.
No.
Rosebud. Okay. Yeah. That's right.
Do you want to explain it? I mean,
No,
we're
that's
here.
fine. I'll do it later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
cool.
right. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I don't even think that you need to because I just am going to feel stupid if you do it later. So,
You want me to do it now?
well, no, now we've spent too much time on it. So,
It's from Citizen Kane. It's the thing he's talking about the entire movie of Citizen Kane. Citizen Kane. You're looking around like you've never heard that movie. It's one of the best movies of all time by AFI.
isn't Citizen Kane who Superman is in regular life when he's not Superman? What's his name?
Kent. That's Clark Kent. Air horns everywhere. Air horns everywhere. Air horns.
Guys, I'm tired.
everywhere.
This is again why we need to just take a break. My
She's
brain is
tired.
fried.
The sun is going down in her room. We
I'm
have
in
to
the
get
dark.
moving Before she has no light in her room. Thank God she's getting out of this place.
I'm moving, guys. Don't worry. I'm leaving. God, it's awful. I'm sorry.
No light.
I just
Have you ever been in a place where there's no light in a bedroom?
There's
no
nothing.
light
There's
in the
no light
ceiling.
in here. There's no light in
Unbelievable.
here. I'm so sorry. I am. Wow. That is
Citizen
bad.
Kane. Isn't
What is
that
Citizen Kane about?
It's a movie about like a. Let's not. It's a
Okay,
whole.
we don't
it's
need
a whole
to.
thing. He's saying the word rosebud the entire movie. He's one of the richest guys on the face of the earth. It's supposed to be about a real family back in the day who ran all the newspapers. And he's dying, and the only thing he kept saying was Rosebud, Rosebud. So everybody's trying to figure out what Rosebud means. All these journalists, what does Rosebud means? And it was basically at the end of the movie, after he dies, they're throwing all his stuff in the incinerator. And this sled from when he was a kid said Rosebud on it. And it gets thrown into the incinerator at the end. Spoiler alert for one of the greatest movies of all time.
I'm not going to lie. It doesn't sound that interesting. He's dying the whole time?
It's a very old movie. I think it's.
Have you seen B Movie, my guy? Don't even. Okay. All right. Anyways, back to the final
score is. The Metacritic score for B Movie. What's B Movie on Rotten Tomatoes?
No, because there was a vendetta against him because Forrest Gump came out at the same time.
That sounds like something people would say. You don't even know what movie came out against it. Are you really a true fan? B Movie. Yikes.
They couldn't handle it. It was before its time. They didn't understand what they were looking at, okay? And that's on them. Anyways, episode 14, The Pursuit of Glory. So
hey, listen, the audience liked it more than the critics, okay?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, do you want to make a new best friend real quick? You're going to make a new best friend. Her name is Dorothy. Hold on, not Dorothy. Where did her name go? Julie Washington from the Cleveland Plain Dealer. Shout out Cleveland.
Absolutely not.
August 7th. Well, you might change your mind now. August 17th, 2027. She says, here's the final buzz. B Movie deserves to be Queen Bee at the box office.
Hold on. 2027. What is happening? I'm so confused.
That's when she did the review of the movie.
2027?
Oh, 2017. No, yeah, 2017. We are losing our minds. Back to the challenge. Back to the challenge.
You know who else lost? Corey. He lost his double down. First one.
Bad move from Corey. Bad move. Right out of the gate doing your double down. I don't think that was a good move. Again, we said I just wouldn't use it. It's too big of a risk at this point, and clearly screwed Corey right at the end. The only way he got safe is Fessel blew this whole thing up.
You know
got to
who
pull
really
some weights
screwed my brain up? Tori. For whatever reason, Tori went on a little rant about how she's not going to sleep on Chantel because she's done, or Chanel. I'm getting my shows mixed up.
Shows mixed up. Another reason.
Holy shit! This is a goddamn train wreck.
It's fun though. It's fun. It's fun.
Guys,
This is what happens as soon we're recording like 10 minutes after we watched. There's usually like a day in between. But we're recording this at 6:20 right now, West Coast time on Thursday.
On Thursday. I'm so sorry. Anyways, is it Chanel? It's Chanel. Chanel. I wrote Chantel for all of this. And I love Chantel and I hate Chanel. Chanel, apparently, Tori's not sleeping on her. What has Chanel done? I will once again say it again. She didn't even go to an elimination at any point in time until the very, very end. And it was the worst, easiest fucking I just shut the fuck up. Why'd you put it in the edit?
She tried to say that, it was a really tough elimination at the end. You ran into somebody holding a pillow and guessed how many squares there were. And you yelled 4 the first time.
But I was relieved a little bit because Chanel brought up Michaela and her strength and pointed out her gluteus maximus with a absolute clear as day shot to the cheeks. I didn't want to give it to her, but I have to do it. The final episode of the Challenge USA Season 2, Ass of the Week. Ass of the Week. Of the week. I'm sorry, Stephen.
Boo.
It was the clearest ass shot by far. And they were talking about it.
She should have won nothing in this final episode.
I understand. And it hurts me too. But her ass is ridiculous. And you cannot deny that.
I'm not paying attention to her ass, if I'm being honest. It's just not.
It's better than paying attention to any other thing that she does. Tori felt bad that Corey lost, so she also took the L.
Yeah.
And got the minus start points or whatever the fuck is happening with the double downs and the points that don't
Chanel
matter.
came in second there. Tori came in last, which was very surprising. We went back and watched a few times to make sure that was accurate, and it was.
It was.
Trial 2 is spelling. I asked Mixie when this happened, would you like to double down on this?
Oh my gosh. I was like, God damn it, I'm going to have to spell on the podcast and I'm going to embarrass myself again. Steven and I did it. Mr. TJ would say a word. We would pause and I would write it out. I would like to state for the record, were there 5?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there was 5. You're right. Yeah.
5 in total. I got 4 out of 5. And I am so proud of myself.
Yeah.
Go me. Kudos to me. They were not hard words to spell.
It might have been 3 out of 5. Could have been 4 out of 5.
No, the second one was schmooze, and I said it out loud wrong, but then I asked if I could get a piece of paper, and I wrote it out, and I got it right writing it out.
That's true.
I didn't lock in my final answer, so I got 4 out of 5.
You did. And that's all the rules that matter. That's all the rules.
I don't make the rules, and you know that.
Okay.
I was impressed with myself, and I'm proud of myself. They were not hard words. I mean, did you think they were? Well, you're going to say no because you can spell.
No, I can't spell. I can't spell.
You can spell better than me.
Yeah, that's true, but that's not saying a lot. You know,
it's not.
Respectfully, you know.
I'm not hurt by that.
I was big on Corey's camp where he goes, nobody can spell anymore. It's all spell checked, and I go,
facts.
You're right, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
It is 100% that. And sometimes I feel the dumbest when I type something and even the spell check goes, I don't know what you mean. No spelling suggestions here, my guy.
Yep.
And then I copy it and I was like, well, Google will get it right. I'll just copy and paste into Google. Google will get it right. And then Google's like, do you mean this stock quote? And I was like, no, man. No, not that random combination of letters. Come on. You got to understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
and then I was like, oh, I didn't even know that letter was in that word. There's a bunch of E's and I's together. Shit. Ugh.
Corey,
no, thanks.
Throughout this entire final, really gained my respect. I will say that. He was down bad, and he continued to push, and I like him a lot more after this final.
Because he has kids that he's doing.
I know, and I keep forgetting that. I just wish that he had pulled that photo out and told me there it is.
That's what we needed. It would have been a whole lot
missed out
clearer
on that,
if he would have
though.
done that. Yeah, you know, everybody else is not doing it for their kids except for Chris. He was doing it for his kid and his wife. Quickly, before I forget to bring this up at the end, you said they better show him telling his wife, and they fucking didn't.
Yeah, they didn't. I am sad about that.
Damn it.
I mean, maybe they didn't have a connection at the top of the mountain.
Still, I hope that's like ends up online somewhere later. I want to see that somewhere online later.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, Chris, if you're listening, please let us know what happened if we don't get a clip of it somewhere. Because I would really
Answer
like
our
to
DMs.
see that. Did
Answer
they?
our DMs.
No, they didn't do a reunion. There's not going to be a reunion, is there?
No.
No.
No reunion here. We don't do those type of things on CBS. Really, that's not.
You're totally right.
Yeah. So the spelling one goes. It goes just about as well as you think it would be. Desi decided to double dip on it or double down or whatever. Like
double scoop.
She said, and I quote, "Double scoop, 2 scoops of Raisin Bran." Desi stated, and I quote, "I'm working on trusting myself, so I'm going to wager on spelling." That would be. You'd have to trust yourself a lot. And she did. It worked for her. But you'd have to be like spelling bee champion to be like, yeah, I'm gonna double on fucking spelling. Or just hope that everybody else is quite as dumb as you. And that's kind of what happened. So,
kind of is what happened.
Yeah. The third one is the domino non-connect 4, I think is what you called it, right?
Adult anti-connect 4 in the tallest grass that is known to man. Yeah. That stuff, you know, they got to be itching like crazy in that shit. That is the worst when you're standing in a field like that. Oh, and then like even once you get out of it, you're still itch city.
God, you're like, there's something there and there's nothing there. It's like you walk through a spider web and it's on you. You're like, God, get it off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fucking gross. That's just one of those things you don't really like. Tori nailed this puzzle pretty quickly. We said, like, oh, just build it on the ground before you put it in the thing. And maybe she did do that to see what all the pieces were first.
Colors, yeah.
But she got it pretty quickly, and I think also Fessel won too, right? Mm-hmm. He got through it pretty quickly.
It's an easy fucking puzzle when Fessel's got it. When Baby Hulk can beat everybody with it. Ugh. I just wanted to do a diet challenge call out. The puzzle pieces were right next to it, just chilling. And
that's all this first day was. This felt like a mini final from Flagship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With a little bit less running than what we saw.
Yep.
It just didn't feel like... It felt like they just kind of blended a couple dailies together in terms of like editing. Oh, we shot these across the 4 days, and here you go. Because other than like pulling the sled, you know, yeah, I get it. They're going to run 10 miles the next day. I understand that. It just didn't seem like, even last year felt a little bit more grueling day one. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what I was about to say. I would argue that season 1's final was better and a better, like, well-rounded final than this one. But everybody fucking quit that one, so maybe that's why they made this one a bit easier.
It could have been that, or they just had better people running this one. I think that was
that also. Yeah, I would also agree with that.
Sudoku at the end of this one. It also did not sleet and rain on them, and they get frozen to death, and they just ended up being like, well, I don't give a fucking shit.
Yep.
I'm done. I'm not going to make it up there. Somebody already went in front of me, so why am I going to keep going? Meanwhile, Corey and Bananas kept going like absolute fucking soldiers.
Love it. Corey takes another L and picks up the crying like a BB torch that Josh left, and sits in a field of very tall grass and cries.
He's thinking, what are my kids going to think? What are my kids going to think? I can't spell. I can't do anti-connect 4. As a matter of fact, not only did I not connect 4, I didn't connect 6 like right next to each other, or 5 next to each other. It was like on the diagonal. He did it 2 times right next to each other. I'm like, Corey, my guy.
Bad. It was kind of impressive that he was able to get that many in a line.
Yeah, it might be harder to do that than to actually solve it the correct way.
Yeah. It was impressive. Then we go to Steel Stomach.
Yummy. My favorite part. All vegan this year. Thanks, Tori. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
I do want to note, cricket slaps, okay? I don't like the rhetoric around cricket. If you ever get the chance to eat some, like, crispy cricket, it's really good.
See, here I am thinking you're talking about Cricket Wireless, and I just got very confused.
Oh, no.
You're not talking about Cricket Wireless?
No, I was talking about the insect. It's actually very, very good. I highly suggest it. If you get the chance, give it a taste.
When's the last time you had some?
Right before I left New York. It was in my favorite restaurant in New York. It's called Ant. They serve a lot of insects on their meals. I hope so. And one of the that's why it's called Ant. One of the appetizers is fried cricket, and it's really good. It's really good. They're like little potato chips. Highly suggest.
Sure they are.
I'm not fucking with you, I swear.
Okay.
I have a video, I think, of Chase eating some. They're very good. I really suggest it.
I wonder if other people of any other hotties have had the crickets, you know?
Yeah, if you've eaten an insect at a restaurant, I'm telling you, they can do it well. So I feel like this is a diet challenge Steel Stomach extravaganza. They've had to eat worse.
Well, Fessel finished second somehow, which I was convinced he was coming in last because he is not good at those things.
Yeah, you said Baby Hulk's going to quit and not do it.
I thought he was just going to
take the L.
I'll take the 2 points so I don't have to vomit and feel like shit for the rest of the day, which really would have been a big brain move by somebody there. You know,
it would have.
Hey, I don't feel like vomiting for the next 25 minutes here and feeling the repercussions of that for the next day and a half. I'm going to do that. And nobody did. I'm proud of him. Tori fucking loved it. She's dancing up a little storm there. She's dancing her heart out. Little vegan surprise meal for Tor there.
Yeah, she enjoyed herself. That was fun. I got what I knew was coming and was dreading. I even pulled my headphones out. We got the fucking vomit compilation. Yes, didn't watch it.
Yes.
Didn't listen to it. As soon as I heard the music start and the first vomit go, I was like, absolutely not.
She wasn't in for it, guys. She did not want it.
I'm with Chris. You hear enough people throwing up, you throw up.
Oh yeah, I'm not good with the sound. Like if I see people doing it, I'll go pretty quickly. But when it's on TV, it's a little like I'm fine with it. But if it's in person, no chance. No
That's
chance.
fair.
I'd be in the corner too. That's great.
Fair.
Absolutely great. Tori said that she used to get American cheese dipped in ketchup when she was a kid, and that's helped her like prepare. Or she also thought like other people had things like that, and I was like, American cheese dipped in like
that doesn't sound that bad.
Like you just dunk it in ketchup. Like I want to know the logistics. You spread it on.
I'm thinking you roll it, so it's like a fruit roll up type thing, and then you dunk.
And you dunk. Maybe we'll ask her if we get her on the podcast. I got to know about that. But yes, Fessel coming in second is crazy. Now, it was at this point that I thought of a very good idea for a future season. And I'm going to just break it down real quick because I thought about it and I thought it was real good. And I want to make sure I get it out there so production can steal it and use it later. Okay,
it's on the record today, October 19th, 6:36 p.m.
Noted for the record. If you take this, you owe me.
Your Honor.
Here's the idea. For every daily that you win, you get time off your final time. If you make it to the final, you get time off, right? Mm-hmm. Because if it's an individual season or partner, you get like that's your bonus for trying to compete, right? And
I like
give
it.
Some points. Maybe it's the first one gets 3 points or 3 minutes, and then 2 that won. So that you're competing to try to win, so you don't just, cave in and not get it a time. If you win an elimination, you get even more time. You get another 3, right?
Okay.
So there's an advantage also of going into like, okay, well, like Chris could have started this competition already up like 12 minutes or something like that, right? Because he went in 4 times and eliminated 4 people. So you keep throwing people in and they get to a final, well, they're going to already have some time on you. So there's like a bonus for each of those things, a long-term season bonus, if you will. So
he didn't need those extra points though, but I would like that. That would be really fun. There was it was the season 1 of Challenge USA that I did appreciate that they had to like earn their stripes. They had to get a certain amount of, was it stars or points or whatever it was to make it to the final.
Yeah, you have to have like 2 wins or something like that. Yeah, something. Yeah,
and I appreciated that because people like Chanel just coast for unknown reasons, and then we see them in the final.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all sitting around the fire, waiting to go to bed, and somebody says something about
right, Mix.
Yeah, I think it was Chanel. She said something like, "We all knew that like we didn't want the vets to be in this final, but we let 3 slip by." She says 3. And she says Tori, Bananas,
1, 2,
and Corey.
That's 3.
This is now, they did this at the very beginning where everybody was on the boat. In the very end, where they do not refer to Baby Hulk as a vet. It is so funny to me. I don't understand how Corey's a vet, but Baby Hulk isn't. Does Corey have more seasons under his belt? Because Corey hasn't won.
Corey's got more under his belt than Fessel, but
how many? It's got to be tight.
I don't know. 2 to 3, maybe 3. I'm gonna guess somewhere in that range. 3, something like that.
Was anybody that wasn't a vet that came in on the jet skis at the beginning? I'm just reminding everybody that this is the same season as that. Was anybody that was on that boat have even close to the amount of seasons under their belt that Baby Hulk has?
No. Everybody had way more.
I just don't understand the who's a vet and who's not, and how Baby Hulk isn't a vet.
I can't tell you. That is still a crazy idea that they, that also. Oh God, we keep saying that we forget that he was on this season. Now I'm just forgetting his name. Paulie. I would consider Paulie a vet. Vet used to mean you did 1 to 2 seasons. They've all done that.
I would think 2+ seasons you're a vet at that point.
Yeah. I would agree with you.
I wouldn't consider Desi a vet starting this season, but when she gets on the next one, she is a vet.
She's a vet. 2 seasons is where we're going to draw the line now. It's been decided. Let everybody know in the challenge community. Or the right reality has decided it.
Or if you win.
If you win your first
without
season,
an asterisk by you, Sarah. Without an asterisk.
We almost got through this entire season with only, I think, 1 to 2 references to her.
I had to do it. It's still Chanel now is up there.
Yeah, she was close to it. She was close.
She's up there now.
She was Sarah Light. Diet Sarah.
Diet Sarah.
Diet Sarah. Diet Sarah. So they all go to bed, and I go, this is where they're going to wake up. We talked about this. There's images. I'm going to put one up here again now of them clearly doing a night challenge, like a standing out thing. Staying
it's about
up
as dark
night.
as it is in my room right now.
It's actually better lit, honestly. Much
Damn,
better.
dude, I'm doing my best. I understand. Okay, do you want me to put my phone light on at this point? I probably should. Is this better? Is this cute?
Whoa! Look at our girl.
Let's double
She's
light
an
it.
innovative queen.
Oh,
look at that! Look at that innovative queen right there.
I can't touch anything now.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Obviously, cut for time. I would like to know what the advantage, if anything, was here at this point. What was decided in this, if anything.
I'm sure it was another minute on or a minute off or some bullshit.
Maybe, right? But we don't know anything. Thank God they didn't show that to us, because whatever. Just show a little bit. Just give me you can edit that quickly down. Maybe not. I guess not. Mm-hmm. They decided to get rid of it. We did call it last episode. We said there will definitely be something cut out that happened that we will not see, as always.
And we got it.
Of course it was. We got it.
Thanks, challenge.
Diet challenge at its finest. Diet challenge final. So now we're about to start day 2. They show us the head starts and the penalties. They've shown this to us multiple times. We were very confused at one point when all the guys had a 1-minute advantage and Corey had a negative advantage. To me, meant none of the guys had an advantage.
Yeah.
Corey was the only one who had a disadvantage.
Corey just had a disadvantage.
Why did you need to show that a minute from 0? So then Corey technically would have a 2-minute disadvantage.
Yep.
I think that Mixie, I just figured it out. Jesus Christ.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh my God.
Real time, guys. Real time.
Oh God, it's 6:42 and I figured it out. They did it because we don't math here. And they're we gotta help the right reality for a change. Somebody got in that editing booth and was
right.
We fuck them all the time.
So right.
Let's help them out with the math. And they did it for us.
Math.
Joke's on them. We still didn't get it.
No.
Right?
We still didn't get it.
They were trying to be well, if they add these times up, they're going to go, okay, well, he got a +1 and he got a +1. But now they're at 0? That doesn't make any sense. So either way, they still fucked us, which is on trend. And we, you know what? We kind of appreciate that at least you're on trend constantly about those things.
Yes, but they gave it back to me a little bit. I got a fur-lined jean jacket from Mr. TJ.
Woo, baby.
Fur collar jean jacket, Mr. TJ. Thank you very much. He was dressed as a fucking traffic cone for day 1. Now he's got a fur-lined jean jacket. Love to see it from our guy. Beanie and all, laughing his ass off at Corey just standing there waiting for his time to start. Amazing.
That's great. And then he was like, go get him. Go get him.
Yeah.
He said that.
You got it, buddy. You got this.
You got this. I would love that type of encouragement from TJ. Just if TJ, I know TJ just cameos, but honestly, I would like a motivational TJ app, right? It's just a little app,
Yes.
and when you need a little like boost, it's like a little soundboard. You go to your little soundboard, you hit play, and TJ's like,
This is
"Hey man,
genius.
you got this. You're about to crush this, right?" And when I do
Yeah.
something good, I hit the button. He goes, "I'm proud of you," and I'll be like,
Hell
"Oh,
yeah.
what $1 million idea we got there."
Yeah, that's genius. I love Mr. TJ, and you know that, and I know that, but we had to rewind to understand what this second day was and what it entailed, and if you stopped at one, and if you didn't, and then there was a point where he said that if you got them both, you'd get a major prize, but I didn't see anything of that nature, or like if you missed the first one, you couldn't get the second.
It's a little vague, and honestly, I have to defend Mr. TJ. He's just doing what he's told, not a circus.
Oh,
not his monkeys.
absolutely. Absolutely. When I'm getting mad at Mr. TJ, I'm not actually getting mad at Mr. TJ. I mean, you can't get mad at him. He has a fur-lined jean jacket on. You know what I mean? Like, it's not his fault.
It goes against the rules of that jacket. Like, you literally give it to people so people can't be mad at you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you can't. I'm sorry. You can't get mad at me. Do you see what I'm wearing, sir?
Exactly.
That's not how this works. Basically, this jacket, it's like, it just bounces off. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks to you. Deal with it.
Ugh.
Jean jacket with the fur.
Bars.
Love it. Bars for days.
We get to checkpoint 1, or what was it? Risk zone 1, or I don't even know what the hell it was called.
It doesn't matter. Even if we knew what it was called, we could say something different and nobody would call us out.
That is true.
They'd be like, yeah, that was about right.
We have entered a bar and we are throwing axes.
We are.
The challenge was like, what was really popular like 4 years ago? It started popping up everywhere. Oh, axe throwing. Let's do that for no reason.
Shocked that they didn't make them do an escape room, honestly, at that point. You know? Really.
Yeah.
It's between doing a quick escape room and throwing some axes. And they went with axes, you know?
They did. It was probably easier to set up.
Yeah.
Somehow the people that had never done it before were like sticking it on first throws. Other ones like were struggle bussing through it, the whole thing. Tori and Fessy take an L here. That cost them the game.
It did. Your whole challenge came down to throwing an axe 5 times at a wooden board. Now, some people might say
unreal.
That's the challenge, and it is. But also, wow, still sucks big time for that to be the way you go out.
Nothing was funnier to me than them building up. Baby Hulk has one left. They cut to a commercial break. We were blessed and don't have to deal with the commercials, but they did this dramatic edit of the cut to commercial break. We come back. He's still ready. He's focused. He's going for it. He winds up and he throws it over.
Yeah.
The target.
I think it ended up in the next country over. Whatever is next to Croatia.
I'll give him credit. All of his other throws hit and bounced off, and that's a little bit of some bullshit.
Oh, I would be like, I'd want to check the boards after that. I'd be like, let me check these boards and make sure this is some real ass wood.
Yeah, my dude fucking whiffs at the end. And then, as if that's not enough, he fucks up which path he's going on, which brings us to my favorite part of this fucking final, the 8 minutes of Steve and I being like, what are they going to do when Fessy gets to the second checkpoint?
Yeah. Mixie's like, is somebody going to come out of the woods and tell him he's going in the wrong spot? I go, no chance. No chance. She's like, what are they going to do? And
I'm glad they did it.
I don't really know. I don't know. I go, he's going to get to the second. And then I go, oh, shit. He's going to get the second checkpoint. And they're going to go, hey, man, Corey got here too. But you're in the wrong spot. So Corey technically wins this. You're out. Bye. But they make him like turn around and go back. Like they shun him basically. They're like, shame, ringing the bells. And he's got to go by everybody. They're like, what are you doing? He's like, I fucked up royally. I fucked up my own game. You know, I cost maybe a friendship with Josh because I just didn't read a sign on the fucking ground. You know, I had a big attitude the whole last week. And, you know.
Oh my God, what an idiot. An absolute idiot.
He's running and he's like, man, fucking Reddit and Twitter are going to destroy me. That's all he was thinking about. You know, he's like, I don't understand. Those Reddit people are going to get after me again.
I mean, I guess like there's no real way of him having known once he started running a little bit. I mean, I guess he missed it entirely, but even once he started running a little bit to be like, oh, I see bananas in front of me.
How did I catch up to him?
How did I possibly? I was a 1.3 shortcut. And in what I can only imagine is about 10 minutes, he's passing bananas. How that didn't register in his brain?
Oh, he's Baby Hulk. He's got a baby
He is
brain.
Baby Hulk, but like, dude, you can't think that you're like fucking Speedy Gonzalez and went that fast and caught up to him. What are you doing?
What are
you doing?
It's just a bad move, and this is what happens. So he comes in last again in a challenge final. And he's like, one day I'm going to get it. One day I'm going to get it. And I'm just like, man, I've heard this from a lot of people. Most of them don't get it.
For him to be as active on X in the past year, knowing he did this is impressive to me. I want that blind
you're
confidence.
saying you would just lie low a bit? Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be like, you guys don't know. I'm going to come back and I'm the best. It's a challenge. I wouldn't have said that shit. I might have been like, one day you're going to see me, but I wouldn't have been like, oh, I'm the and he would shut the fuck up about it.
Every reply to everybody would be like, just wait. That's what I would do. Just wait. That's all I would reply. Copy, paste, just wait.
Yeah, especially if I did that shit. Oh my God.
As I said earlier, I'm trying to think a worse way other than Olivia destroying her nose.
It's up there.
Like that's a bad way of going out, but that's just a pure freak accident. This was just him not paying attention and being a total dumbass.
If I was on the show, I would never let him live this down. Next season he's on, I'd be like, you read that sign? Fessy, did you make sure that you read that?
Bananas is never going to let that go. I'll be like, this way, Fessy. I would just make sure that you know which way we're going, the right way to go. Don't want you to lose the final.
You did a good job, so we can go on the trail now. This is the one. You got it, buddy. Come on.
Oh, he goes to like any amusement park, and they're like, now, this is the way we go to get in the line. If you were to just go through that handicap exit, that would be cheating, you know?
Mm-hmm. And they would make you turn around and go back.
The whole point, 5 miles as a punishment. Oh, boy. And so
Absolutely
we were saying,
hilarious.
we were trying to figure out what was going on. I go, Corey's going to get through because he fucked up, and that's exactly what happened. Now, Mixie had a great point that Mr. TJ couldn't even say bye to Tori and Fessel. He just left a fucking note for him.
The whiteboard that says, you came in last. Sorry, bye.
Bye, bitch. Bye, bitch.
I loved that. That might be my favorite part of this final, was the subtle, like, I don't really have time to stand here and wait for you. Bye.
They got to helicopter me up to the top of the thing now. I gotta get out of here. Deuces,
they're
you guys.
so far ahead of you that I gotta get on this choppa.
Yeah. They ATV'd me to a field, and now I'm going up in the alley to get up to the top of that mountain there. Bad way to go out for Tori. How do you feel about Tori's exit here at this point? Not what we were expecting at all. If you were to say somebody's definitely getting cut at the end, halfway through this, Tori would have been last on my list. Absolutely dead last on my list.
She would have been second last on my list. Just because of once, not because of skill. I felt bad for her, but she also just came off a victory, so I'm sure she'll be just fine. I want to talk about how Bananas so poorly weighed out these rocks, because that was his downfall too. He could have been up there with Chris. He could have like really fought for that top spot. But my dude, they showed that wide of those two rock. What were you thinking?
That really wasn't that close at all. The other ones kind of like teeter-tottered a little bit. Somebody got it like exactly right.
Desi.
I forget who.
Desi's a goddamn icon.
Desi, they pulled the thing and it didn't move an inch. She's like, did I do it right?
Yeah, she was being It was amazing. I loved it. I really fucking loved it.
Yeah, that is a big thing for Bananas there. That is fucking devastating to waste that long. And then I have to, then you're like, fuck, I gotta walk now. Damn it.
Michaela made a bad call by trying to run that. If I didn't know that the ATVs were there, if they weren't clearly in front of my fucking face and the sign said that I could take one if I won, I probably would have done what Michaela did too. But no matter how long it took Desi to put those rocks in, it would have been better. And she also could have stood there and seen what she put in and be like, oh, okay.
1,000%. 1,000%. Because there was 2 stations, so somebody else was going before you got there. So the other one's going to free up before yours is going to free up. Mm-hmm. Just wait it out. Bonehead moved by her. Maybe one of her biggest misses of all year was just to go, I'm going to run. Terrible decision.
She's going to blow past you.
Yeah, even if you do wait, like you're going to get the rest. You're going to stand there, you sit down, take a breather, let your legs rest, put your legs in the air, get some blood moving back towards your core, and then just take some breather, drink some water. Use it as like a 30-minute little break, as everybody else did.
Yep.
And then go. But nope, that's not what she did. But, she's so smart. She's
I know.
So smart. She was calling everybody else out earlier. Oh, Tori, there was an S. You didn't have an S on that. Oh, sucks for you. I really hope everybody came back. Oh, passing out? Sucks for you. Sucks for you. Oh, man, that must be bad.
Woof.
Oh, no.
Nothing. I said that the whiteboard might have been my favorite. A very close contender is Desi driving by Michaela and giving the little incredible. I really think that Desi played this great from start to finish outside of the whole Tori thing, but she did come back from that, which was a couple episodes ago. I mean, Michaela did great in the dailies and Desi buddied up with her and was able to coast because of it, in my opinion. I'm just so happy for her, man. I really am. I'm so happy for her. This is a big
win for her, considering what happened to her last year, which they clearly showed us 27 million times. Yeah. And now it all makes a lot more sense, right?
I saw more of Enzo on this season than I did on season 1.
I will also state something, guys. I took a chunk out of last week's episode that did not air, that we recorded, where me and Mixie talk about who we think was going to win, and Mixie had a reasoning for why she thought somebody was going to.
You took that out?
Here's the thing, Mix. I took our little chunk out. I still had our order of who we wanted to finish, but I also thought if we got it right, people were going to be like, oh, they knew what was going on.
Yeah,
and they were going to be mad. They're like, well, you guys said it last week, and so technically you spoiled us. So I just removed it. But
that's a fair play, but I was right.
The piece that I took out was us talking about the Fessel and Josh fight, and they removed it because they were trying to protect people. And Mixie, you said, you said they took it out because you thought Fessel was going to win, and they did not want to show their victor be somebody who gets in a fight, which was a very great take. It was the opposite.
Of what
so
happened.
They should have left it in now at this point. It's even more
definitely
maddening.
Should have. Yeah.
I said I thought Chris was going to win because they were giving him what I felt was a hero edit all season.
You did say that.
And just like, oh, he's down in the dumps again. He's down in the dumps. And that's happened before. But then they get eliminated and they don't like necessarily win. But, showing his family. I think they showed 3 times him being on the island alone in Survivor. So I think they did a good job with building that story.
Yeah,
and
they
the
did.
payoff was there. So that definitely worked. But that's what we took out last episode. As this second checkpoint, air quotes, started, Chris was the first one that got there. Chris nailed that thing too and got on the ATV. And me and Mixie was like, he's going to do it. Right there, we were like, it's his to lose. He's got to drive that thing off a cliff at this point.
Uh-huh.
Because we knew what the last one was like doing them in order of who got eliminated.
Uh-huh.
And that still could fuck you. You could be like, I didn't pay attention to that.
I didn't say this, but I was thinking it. He was in so many eliminations.
Yeah.
He kind of can know it.
Yeah.
Because he knows who he beat and at what order and then can fill in the gaps.
Fill in everything else around there, yeah. The first thing was going to be right at the end. You said John A. was on this season? That was the very first thing you said. You were like, John A. was on this season? I go, oh, shit, she was.
You forgot.
I did forget. I now remember she had that absolute crazy strategy at the beginning of the game called Vote Your Friends In again.
Yep.
Paid off in dividends for her, clearly.
Oh, God. Good times. Good times.
That feels. I want to see what date our first episode was for this season. I feel like it was end of June or something like that.
That was forever ago.
I'm going to look
That's so
now.
funny.
I'm going to look right now.
I was so excited when Chris got in that car. That's when I really started to, we were both like, oh my God, like we're going to get what we're asking for. We're going to get it.
Yeah.
And then they kind of really quickly blew through that last part. So we saw everybody stack their blocks. Who knows if anybody had anything wrong or if they all got it perfectly, but they showed it. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody got it. And then we see Michaela taking the medical leave, talking about rocks. We see Chris. We see Desi. We see Bananas. I don't even think they ever really showed Chanel running that last part because nobody cared and knew she was so far behind.
They tried because they knew Tori's out. We've shown Michaela basically speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
And then we have to be like showing Chanel being like, I'm still going to try. I'm still going to push. You know, I feel like it's just around the corner. And then they show Desi. Like, this is the reason we didn't get any call-outs towards the end of this episode. Because they would have been like, oh, yeah, this person way at the top of the mountain. And then down here, as the camera follows all the way down the mountain, this is the person next closest to them.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, Desi could have taken a nap and then gotten up and finished before Chanel, which I wish she did. That would have been great.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been this happy. I can't think of the last time someone's won a show that I've been this happy than when Chris got up to the top of that fucking mountain. Mr. TJ was so proud of him. I mean, beaming. I was so happy. Steven was happy. I was like, Steven, I might cry. Like, I was so happy for him.
A little dusty in the room.
A little Dusty Harris.
And a little Dusty Harris in my mouth. It was really a good payoff. And now I'm going to say something that I'm really glad you stated while we were recording.
Oh, goodness.
This is the most excited that you've been for somebody that wins. Now, I'm just going to go out on the ledge and say,
I know where you're going.
Maybe if you don't spoil yourself, that you can get this payoff a little bit more often.
No, the people I was cheering for won.
You can't even take that. But listen, you would have enjoyed if you knew he won at the beginning of the year and then you watch this. I don't think you would have that same feeling that you had while we watched it.
I think I would have. It was a respect thing. Like, I grew so much respect for him watching him deal with all of this. I do think I would have. I would have done it backwards, but I would have. I do think I would have gotten there. I get what you're saying. I thought you were going to say that I was so excited because it was a new winner, that like it wasn't a repeat winner and it was somebody's first win.
Yeah, that has something to do with it.
I mean,
for sure.
we got 2 brand new winners out of this. And it is funny because when we were looking at the cast and everything of the flagship, I was like, damn, I wish Chris and Desi were on this season. But I realized why they weren't. And I was happy that everybody else that didn't win wasn't put on this next season because they didn't deserve to be there. I don't want to see Michaela. I don't want to see Chanel. I don't want to see them.
No, and I think honestly they couldn't have done that for anybody who made the final. Because Michelle went out the week before,
Early.
They were allowed to do that, kind of, right?
Yeah, but I still stand by they could have just not released the cast.
Yeah, they could have done that, but I don't know why their schedule is like this. By the way, I looked the first week of August, we started this. We're now in the third week of October?
Oh my gosh, that's 3 months almost.
Get ready for 4.5 of the flagship.
Oh, you're so right. Oh my god.
It's like 20 episodes usually. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I gave a lot of respect also to Corey. He gained a lot of respect in my book for him to push through, starting that far back and capitalizing on other people's mistakes and continuing to go. I mean, for him to come in second is really impressive considering how horrendous he did day one.
Well, I think that just shows, if we're going to be really critical about the final, and I've said before, it's really hard to keep making it every year harder and harder and harder without it being very similar. This was different, but it's also Diet Challenge. Yep. But if you look at this, the first day didn't really affect anything.
Not
because
really, no.
Everybody started the second day, and what's your penalty? That you got to run 2 minutes ahead? Bananas came in third out of the men, and he had the highest start. Tori started with Chris, who won. And she didn't she came in fourth.
Yep.
So the first day was meaningless. I would have loved to see the cut after the first day. Person with the longest time, that would have really put some stakes on doubling up.
Yep, it would have.
Is like, whoever has the lowest time behind that, you're out end of day one. That would have elevated it,
I agree.
But it just made the first day feel like just kind of like a warm-up. It was like nothing to it, you know what I mean? So other than the standing and sleeping, which would wear you out for the next day's run. But there we go. We didn't get to see that.
We didn't. We did see a Desi
I think this was our first song all year, Mixie, when they reached the summit. This is our first and only real song.
Oh, yeah.
The entire season. And it was a great song. I loved it a lot. I really liked it.
It is a good song. And Desi got to the top. She collapsed. They were like, touch the flag, touch the flag. She touched it. It was, again, I almost cried. I'm just so happy for both of them. They worked their asses off. I just felt bad. I mean, I know they were pushing it, but I did feel terrible. I remember season 1 of Desi getting cut and just being like, damn, because I think she could have won season 1. I think she probably would have, honestly, if she didn't get cut.
Well, she wouldn't have quit. Situation. So she definitely had a better situation. Yeah.
And Sarah did not finish the Sudoku puzzle. And I stand by that claim. She didn't do it. Show me the footage. Until I see the footage.
And they pushed her all the way to the top because they needed to have a female champion. I also liked this one. They didn't make them pair up. Everybody was thinking entire season, I got to keep a strong male around or a strong female around to run the final. Not even something you had to worry about. And I appreciate that because if you're running competitors and it's a male and female winner, my show should not depend on somebody else. It should solely depend on me being able to throw an axe into a thing of wood that may or may not be stronger wood from person to person. I don't know.
We don't know. We don't know anything.
We don't know. But congratulations. Big congratulations to Chris and to Desi. Really wish we got to see you tell your family that you won. Hopefully they have some social content of that when you got back to the house. Big miss if they don't have any of that. Big miss for social content.
Agreed.
If you don't have any of that. That should be the new thing they do.
The cherry on top of the season for me. Everybody finishes. We're waiting for Chanel to get to the summit. She's the last one.
Oh yeah.
They roll the fucking credits. Over her scene of finishing. I loved it. Thank you to whoever made that editing decision. That shit is so good. So good. I loved it.
All they needed to do was take out one of her sound bites from earlier, and you wouldn't have had to roll the credits over her face.
Yep. Yep. And maybe we could have seen the footage of them telling their family while the credits rolled. But no, they did this. They gave a little gift to your girl, and they were like, we're going to put credits over her finishing the final because she doesn't deserve to be here. And man, did it feel good. I loved it. I loved it so much.
It was a delicious treat. Treat. All right. We need to wrap this up because I got to start editing this for tonight. Rate your season. Rate your season here, Mix.
I'm going to rate the final. I give the final a solid B-.
Okay, B-. Yes, okay.
I think that the first day was a flop. I liked the stuff in the second day, but I didn't like how much of just that first checkpoint pretty much solidifying the final. I would say the season overall, I liked this season way more than season 1 of USA.
That's not hard, but yeah.
I did. I will give this season a B+.
B+ for the season, B- for the final. I'm going to join you in the B category.
Okay.
For the final. Mm-hmm. Actually, I'm going to go B- as well now that I think about it. I need to be a little bit more particular because B is like, oh yeah, there was just a few things. There was more than a few things. The first day didn't really mean anything. If I'm being critical of like the structure of a final. In terms of like enjoyment of watching, I would say A-, honestly.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
In terms of like how it's structured and how it would like impact things and like what we're asking people to do, B-. The watch was an A- getting close to an A because there were some really good moments there. Fess will have to do it, and then our winners, right?
Yep.
So that I would say that for that.
Yep.
In terms of the season overall, I mean, we started so good. We started 8 months ago on this journey. It feels like 8 months. It was only 3 months. And there was a long time where we're like, this is good. I've talked to other people who watch it. They think it's good as well. I'm going to go A- for the season.
Okay.
A- for the season. Overall, they made improvements to the show from what we said last season for this. They made a different final. We had actually people finish the final. Only one person who could finish the final didn't finish the final. Hilarious who that person was. And then everything else was kind of okay. We got some new people. We were introduced to some new people. We got some great winners. So I'm pretty happy. A- overall.
I like it. I'd love to hear from all of you. Please leave in the comments, DM us, put it in the Facebook Hotties page. We'd love to know what you guys thought of season 2 of Challenge USA and what you thought of the final. It was an absolute pleasure, as always, Stephen, running through the Challenge USA with you and with all of these hotties here. I had a great time. Too many motherfucking people on the show, but we made it through and we did it. And it was a very fun time. I did enjoy it.
Yeah. We had a hopper. Shout out to the bunny this year, and all those good things. The bunny completes it. I thought we were going to see the bunny somehow in the final here. We did not get to see the bunny.
Maybe that was cut out.
Ooh, the bunny.
Well, I thought there would be a wheel somewhere in the final, and it didn't happen.
That's a good way of wrapping it up. Thanks, everybody. The new season of the challenge premieres in literally less than 24 hours, less than 7 days at this point. There may be a special episode before that coming. Who knows? So stay tuned for that. And All-Star Shore will probably be out this weekend. So hang out for that. We will see you guys in literally less than a few days. We'll talk to you then.
Yay.
We love you. Bye.